In this video, we'll talk about how to check for gaps and overlaps in the list of backdoc and enddoc numbers. The way we're going to look for gaps and overlaps in this video is we're going to use Microsoft Excel first, and then we'll try using Relativity script, and we'll compare the difference and see how we can do it in Excel versus in Relativity and what are the differences between two ways. So let's do it in Excel first. I have an Excel spreadsheet here, and it has backdoc and enddoc numbers. And of course, I put some gaps here and overlaps just so we have some problems to look at. The most difficult way of doing it is just copying columns over and searching and replacing prefix out, and then just doing a mathematical formula saying equals C3 minus D2. Okay, and then we can apply it all the way down, and now we'll get a difference of how many pages between the last enddoc to the next begin doc, and we're looking for it to be 1. So whenever it's not 1, we know there is a problem. So there is 0, that means there is an overlap between these two numbers, and if there is a 3, that means there is a gap. Okay, that's no fun at all, because you may have different prefixes, you may have suffixes, so we're going to delete that, and we're going to use EDD Toolbar, which is a product I created, and it's available on my website. So we're going to highlight this, and we're going to click on Check Gap Back End. And this will give us an information about kind of similar to what we had with the formula, but it'll tag both records for you, and it'll say, all right, between these two records, there is a 0-page difference. So that means there is an overlap. And here it'll say there is a 3-page difference, meaning there is a gap. So let's do the same thing in Relativity now. I'm going to go to Relativity, and I have my control number and control number end, and it's exact same data we've seen in Excel. Let's go to Case Admin, and we're going to go to Scripts, and the script we're going to need is a Saved Search Gap and Overlap Check. If you don't have it, you can click on New Relativity Script, select from a library, Browse, Gap, and you can select it and add it to your library. I already have it, so I'm just going to click on Run, and I'm going to run that script. So click on Run, pick my Saved Search, my begin number, control number, end number, control number, end, and I'm going to run this. And as you can see, results are kind of similar. We're being told that there is an overlap and there is a gap as expected. However, the difference here is we're being told there is an overlap on the document that goes 7 through 7, which is our second document. However, the mistake here is on the line above, or most likely on the line above, because this number should have been 6. So what Relativity is not really telling you what needs to be fixed. It is telling us that there is an overlap. But the reason for an overlap is not just random, it's because there is an issue with the line above and below. And this is where EDD Toolbar is doing a better job at indicating both lines, saying, hey, you have to check not just the line where the second occurrence where overlap happens, but the line above as well. So now let's look at the next issue, which is a gap. So the gap, it's saying we're missing base numbers 15 through 16, which is a range. And if we go here, we can say, yes, that is true. However, the numbers may not be just missing. If they're missing, that report is good. However, most likely you'll see that the reason for gaps and overlaps is not because numbers are missing, but because the numbers were entered incorrectly. There is a typo somewhere in base numbers. So having Relativity script tell us that this is a gap is not very helpful, because now we have to go and chase it down and figure out exactly where that is. And this is what EDD Toolbar is doing, is it's telling us it is right here between these two documents. So we may need to either fix this begin number or this end number. Lastly, the reason you would want to use EDD Toolbar or just Excel in general is you want to fix your problems before they get into Relativity, because once they're already in, it becomes much more difficult to troubleshoot and fix issues. You want to know problems before they make it into the review system. And there you have it. Those are the two ways you can run check for gaps and overlaps, one using Excel and one using Relativity script. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your coworkers, subscribe to see more videos like it, click on bell to be notified, and I will see you on the next video.